Hi, welcome to Essential IT and Security Skills. I'm Charles Redmond, Master Trainer, here to guide you through the essentials that you are going to need to land the job that you are looking for. In this series, we're going to talk about essential PC skills. I'm going to walk you through everything from software to hardware. Most people know me as a cybersecurity expert. Well, I couldn't have gotten there without learning the basics first. That's what this series is going to do. And then we'll move on in some later series with some more advanced concepts and techniques. But remember, it all starts with the basics. It starts right here, the essential PC skills. We're going to relate the history of Microsoft Windows, explain the Windows interface, identify the different types of operating systems like Windows Vista, Windows XP, and Windows 7, and describe some of the utilities in Windows that are essential to a PC tech. These are the operating systems that you must be familiar with to successfully navigate the A+ exam. Windows XP replaced both Windows 2000 and Windows 98 as the desktop for both home and office. There are multiple versions such as Professional, Home, and Media Center. The main claim to fame for Windows XP was the Windows XP Professional. It dominated the Windows domains for over a decade. So when understanding the different versions of Windows XP, it's easier to explain what it can't do versus what it can. Like no Windows domains, no EFS or encrypted file system, there's no support for more than one processor, and it cripples NTFS. However, it was still possible to share files across work groups in Windows XP Home, and here's a look at how to do that. Just simply go to the Sharing tab and click the box that says Share this folder on the network. Next, you have Windows Media Center. It was pretty much the same as Home, except it concentrated on multimedia. Next, we have Windows Vista. Vista Home Basic, much like XP Home, was geared towards the home user, where Vista Home Premium was geared towards multimedia. Next, we have Windows Vista Business, Ultimate, and Enterprise. With Business, now you got back the security, file sharing, and domain access that you enjoyed with Windows XP Professional. However, most organizations went to Vista Enterprise. It was an enhancement on Vista Business, and it included extra features like BitLocker. Windows Vista was, well, not well received. It seemed to have a lot of issues and problems to work out in its earlier versions, and once fixed, Microsoft quickly released Windows 7. Windows 7 included Windows 7 Starter, Home Premium, Professional, and Ultimate. So keeping with this theme, Windows 7 Starter was geared mostly towards netbooks, where Windows 7 Professional had everything that the modern business network needed, like the capability of joining domains and remote desktop. However, most organizations opted for Windows 7 Enterprise. It included extra features designed for large Windows networks, such as enhanced network searches, increased application security, and BitLocker. Enter 64-bit Windows. When 64-bit CPUs entered the marketplace right around 2001, it allowed for addressing up to 16 terabytes of RAM. You know you're working with a 64-bit operating system or application because it will be designated as x86 or x64. The Windows operating systems, XP through Windows 7, all support 64-bit architectures. They will run on any AMD or Intel processor, and most all 32-bit software will still run fine on the 64-bit operating system. However, some software require you to run in capability mode. Simply right-click on an executable and select Properties, then select the Capability tab. Then select the drop-down that will give you the compatibility options for your operating system. Most all Windows interface share a common look and feel. The utilities are same or similar. The GUI or graphical user interface works the same. The command line interface is very similar. It's gotten a facelift over the years. However, for you as the PC tech, the common areas of interest are the user interface, the tech-oriented utilities, and the rearrangement of some of the typical OS folders. Part of the facelift of Windows from XP, which was unique to Windows Vista and 7, is transparency and Flip 3D. However, this upgraded facelift also came with upgraded requirements. To access these requirements, you were required to have a DirectX 9 capable video card or better, a minimum of 128 megs of video RAM, and the Pixel Shader version 2.0. To know whether or not your machine was capable of Aero, you had two options. If the Windows key tab worked, you had Aero. Simply right-click the desktop, select Properties, and then Windows Color and Appearance. Also included in this facelift was the changed look and feel of the Start button. While all of them were located in the same location, the classic green XP Start button had been replaced by a more modern blue circular Start button with just the Windows logo. You'll also notice an updated look and feel to the Taskbar. Now, your most commonly used applications could be pinned to the taskbar, so you no longer had to go to Start, All Programs, and find the application you wanted to start, or you no longer needed an icon to clutter up your desktop. Next, the Explorer got a facelift. Here you see the My Computer Explorer box in Windows XP. It provided for access to drives, folders, and files. It was customizable to the point that you can display different views or show hidden files or hide file extensions. Now with Windows 7, you can see much more information such as network drives and common tasks. In Windows XP, you could toggle the folder list. The folder list view enables you to copy and move files easily between files and folders. In Windows Explorer, click on the Folders button, and then copy and move some files. We do this all the time, but we don't think about what we're doing. When dragging files or folders, holding down the Control key copies the files and folders versus moving them. Windows XP hides certain things by default. In My Documents, click Tools, and then Folder Options, and you can select the View tab, Show Hidden Files and Folders, deselect Hide Extensions, or deselect Hide Protected Operating System Files. Here you see the difference between hiding folders and files or displaying folders and files. To find My Documents in Windows XP, which contains my pictures, my music, and my videos, these directories are not on the desktop by default. To have them displayed on the desktop, it must be configured. You'll do this through the Desktop Items dialog box. Here's a look at some of the pictures that are in the My Pictures subfolder in My Documents. Now, to view user files in Windows Vista and Windows 7, which contain the same directories, they're just named slightly different. Instead of My Pictures and My Music, they're just simply Documents, Pictures, Music, Video. The Libraries in Windows 7 aggregates folders from multiple locations. It places them in a single, easy-to-find spot in the Windows Explorer. The files and folders don't actually move. The library just creates links to them. You should also be familiar with the Recycle bin, which is for deleted files. My Network Places, or Network, shows the current network connections that you have available. And in Windows Vista, the Windows Sidebar, which enables small helper applications called gadgets. The A+ certification expects you to be familiar with some of the function keys and their common uses. F1 for help, F2 to rename, F3 is the search menu, F5 refresh the current window, and F6 move among selections in the current window. Here's a look at some of the more popular hotkeys. Again, the A+ examination expects you to be familiar with some of the more popular hotkeys, especially ones like Control-A to select all the items in the current window, and Shift F10, open a shortcut menu for the selected item. However, it's recommended that you remember all of these. There you have it. It's pretty simple. Remember, everything starts with the basics. Once you have these understood, everything gets a whole lot easier. If you have any questions or even just a comment, feel free to leave them below, and I do read each and every one of them. I'll see you next time.